The stock market hovers around all-time highs after having an improving economy for many years now. Unemployment rates are lower than they've been since 1969, and any sensible person might wonder when the next recession will come. At any point in time, the markets could come crashing down, leaving retirement accounts nearly halved as people sell off their investments in a panic. The next recession is bound to arrive in the near future, whether we like it or not. Although experts have predicted that it won't be as traumatic as the Great Recession, there are precautions you need to take to protect the financial future of you and your family. If you enjoy content about money and personal finance, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Fully fund your savings. Perhaps the most critical component of adequately preparing for a market downturn is fully funding your savings. In general, experts like Dave Ramsey recommend having 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside in a savings account, but in a late market cycle, staying close to the 6-month mark couldn't hurt. These savings will protect you from unforeseen circumstances like a loss of job, which is even more likely when the economy takes a nosedive. If something tragic happens, the last thing you want to do is sell your investments when they're currently worth half what they were, and be forced to pay hefty penalties and taxes, especially if they're taken out of a tax-advantageous retirement account. Mentally prepare for your investments to lose value. It's very important to be mentally prepared for a possible stock market sell-off. Many people during the real estate crash of 2008 were negatively impacted not only on the real estate front, but in their IRAs. People panicked and sold off their investments hoping to cut their losses. But most people who invest in the stock market do so with a long-term perspective when they begin purchasing stock, but fall apart emotionally when the stocks lose any measurable value. Remembering the long-term investing strategy seems to be difficult during a market sell-off, but those who do are very likely to recover these losses. Historically, the market has more than made up its temporary losses. In fact, successful investors like Warren Buffett claim that they have made the majority of their money by taking advantage of a poor market. Get debt to manageable levels. Paying off as much debt as you can will lower your monthly obligations if there were to be an interruption or decrease in your income. The lower your expenses, the better you'll sleep, knowing you'll be able to stay afloat with the lower monthly cash inflow. If you have $500 in monthly student loan payments, $500 for your car payment, and $200 in credit card debt, that's over $14,000 in after-tax income you'll need to bring in each year. Be smart about carrying any unnecessary short-term debt, and pay off credit cards, personal and car loans, keeping your debt-to-income ratio at an acceptable level. Diversify your income by starting a side job. No one likes to rely entirely on the paycheck from their job. As with many jobs, you might arrive for work and there could be a sign on the door notifying that your employer has closed down. We've all heard of people who have suddenly lost their jobs or were laid off without notice, leaving them scrambling to find another source of income. When the economy is in shambles, the likelihood of this happening to you increases dramatically. If you're self-employed and your clients no longer have the money to pay you, relying on that one steady income source could leave you unable to pay your bills. Consider creating a side income, whether that be through a small business or a part-time job. Always be on the lookout for new business opportunities because it's not a good idea to rely on one source of income. The more sources the better, as the average millionaire has 7 different income streams. Adjust your investments if you're nearing retirement. When you invest in the stock market during your younger years, it's easier to absorb market fluctuations if the market dips because time allows for the market to self-stabilize. At or near retirement, bumps in the rocky road of Wall Street can have a more substantial effect on your portfolio due to less time and can consequently affect your retirement lifestyle. That's why it's a good idea to examine other options for your stock investing that can provide more stability and immunity from stock market jitters. Stocks in sectors like consumer staples are likely to better handle a poor economy. If you're nearing retirement and couldn't handle waiting for the market to recover, you might want to put more of your portfolio into bonds or something that will be more stable. Dividend stocks also tend to perform well during recessions due to the fact that investors are seeking income as the share price of their investment shrinks. These are stocks that pay you on a regular basis, usually quarterly, just for being a shareholder. Keep your eyes open for other opportunities. There are many opportunities to take advantage of in the real estate and stock market during economic turmoil. Investors sell in shock, greed, and fear as their investments plummet in value, but you must remember to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. Overextended homeowners and real estate investors come up short of cash and lose their properties to foreclosure. Houses and stocks have been known to sell for far below their value when the market crashes down, leaving massive opportunity for those investors who are ready to purchase. Consider purchasing a property at a major discount if you're in a position to do so. When paper assets are trading for half what they were, it might be a good time to convert those bonds to stocks. Save a good percentage of your income. A good practice during all economic cycles is to save a healthy percentage of your income. Not only is this a good habit for preparing for your retirement, but it will also prepare you for a possible sudden decrease in income, because you'll be used to living on less than you make. If you make $60,000 per year and save half of that, you'll be able to adapt much easier if you lose that job and have to pick up a side gig, waiting tables making $30,000 per year. People who are spending everything they earn on large mortgages and car payments during great economies are usually the first to lose everything when things turn south. We all know history tends to repeat itself. When the economy has been on the rise for years and everyone's talking about how things couldn't be better, is the time to be skeptical. You should be thinking, how much longer can this continue? Economic downturns are something to keep in mind, especially years into a bull market. Take the time to do these simple steps so you're not left without an income, wondering how you're going to pay your bills.